The universe has a way of balancing its books. Those who once threw thorns in your path are now being pricked by their own projections. It's not luck. It's not revenge. It's cosmic symmetry, silent, surgical, and absolutely undefeated. Chosen one, this is the season where balance hits back harder. Not because you begged for justice, but because their intentions weighed against your resilience, tipped the scales in your favor. The same people who tried to watch you fall are now haunted by the very growth they mocked. Karma doesn't send notifications. It just arrives, dressed in irony and precision. They wanted you stuck, small, forgotten. But what they didn't realize is this: your setbacks were mirrors. Everything they wished on you became the echo that now surrounds them. And what they called weakness in you, that was your awakening. You are no longer the target, you are the trigger. See, when you're chosen, your evolution isn't just elevation, it's exposure. Your glow forces the darkness in others to reveal itself. Your rise becomes a mirror they can't escape. And the louder they try to discredit you, the more the universe amplifies your value. So if you feel the shift, if you see the irony, lock in. Because what's coming next for you will feel like poetry written in justice. Before we go deeper, take a second and like this video, subscribe, and let the world know. The chosen ones don't lose, we ascend. If this is reaching you, it's because you're not random, you're chosen. What's unfolding in your life right now doesn't make sense to the average mind, and it's not supposed to. Only the chosen will feel this truth in their bones. So stay with me until the end, because what you're about to hear is the confirmation you've been waiting for. Number 1. Stop confusing struggle with strategy. This is your divine reset, not another delay. This isn't just about your goals being met, it's about your spirit finally breathing, your clarity, your confidence, your calm. All of it is being elevated by force, not effort. You've crossed a threshold where alignment speaks louder than struggle. The very energy trying to suffocate you is now watching you become untouchable. And let's be clear, none of this is random. You didn't fake your way into this shift. You endured it. You carried dreams in silence while dodging daggers in plain sight. And now the universe is responding, not to your hustle, but to your frequency. Every time you stayed grounded instead of reacting, you were investing in this moment. Every time you chose peace over panic, you were funding your future without even realizing it. To those who have supported this space, thank you. Your presence isn't just felt, it's powerful. Whether you contributed through engagement or simply listened in silence, know this: your energy sustains this mission. Because this message isn't about reach, it's about resonance. It's about reminding the chosen ones that what they feel isn't just hope, it's alignment. So let's break the lie that says this is too good to be true. That voice in your head that keeps whispering, "It's not for you," was never your own. It was planted by a system that fears your rise. The truth? The detours were maps. The silence was training. The delays were calibration. The doors that slammed weren't rejection. They were divine reroutes keeping you away from things beneath your destiny. And now, chosen one, the atmosphere around you is shifting. What once resisted you is now responding. That gust you feel in your gut, that's not anxiety, that's momentum. A cosmic wind has aligned itself with your direction, not to push you down, but to carry you forward. This isn't just your comeback, this is your cosmic clearance. You've been cleared for elevation. You're not being overlooked, you're being revealed. You're not being punished, you're being positioned for overflow. So hear this clearly: no more lack, no more fear, no more tolerating environments that don't match your vision. This moment right here, this is your energetic reset. And if something inside you is buzzing, thundering, or cracking open right now, That's the confirmation. You're not imagining it. Type "I'm funded" in the comments if you feel the electricity of this shift. Let it be your declaration. Let it echo in the algorithm. Let the universe know you're not surviving anymore. You're stepping into your rightful rhythm. Number 2. Don't wait to be rescued. God's already repositioned you. Act like it. Don't wait to be rescued, because rescue was never the plan. You weren't picked to be pitied. You were repositioned to lead, to own, to command space like you were born for it. And you were. Chosen one, stop checking the door for someone to come save you. You didn't get dragged through the fire just to be handed an escape hatch. You were being sculpted, reinforced, stripped of the need to be saved, because the truth is, you were being stationed. You're not stuck, you're stationed, you're not abandoned, you're aligned. The reason certain people disappeared, the reason the opportunities slowed, it wasn't rejection, it was redirection. The rescue you thought you needed was actually a reroute into divine positioning. Stop calling it delay when it was divine engineering. When chosen ones feel stuck, it's usually because their environment shrunk before their identity expanded. You're not stuck. You've outgrown something, and instead of being airlifted out, you're being called to rise from within. God didn't fund your life so you could sit on standby. He's not in the business of half miracles. If He realigned your life, repositioned your soul, and rerouted your path, it's because your arrival matters to what's being built next. So act like it. Walk like you've already crossed over. Speak like your supply line is divine. Move like delay is no longer in your vocabulary. Because chosen ones don't beg for rescue, we move in revelation. Number 3. Quit chasing what's already timed. Your overflow was scheduled, not earned. Chosen one, there's a reason your spirit is tired of the chase. It was never built for begging. You weren't created to sprint after what's already been assigned to you. The overflow tied to your name, it was never about effort. It was always about timing. You've spent years trying to prove you're ready, not realizing that readiness wasn't the requirement. Alignment was. What's coming for you doesn't need to be hunted down. It's already marked on the map of your existence. It knows where to find you. Your only job was to stay in position, not to perform for access. The delay? It wasn't denial, it was divine orchestration. Your provision isn't late, it's punctual. It's arriving at the exact moment when you can carry it without collapsing. Because this level of overflow isn't light, it's weighty, it's generational, it's legacy. And the irony? The moment you stop chasing, it starts appearing. The moment you stop proving, it starts flowing. Because chosen ones don't strive, we align. We move when pulled, not pushed. We don't force open doors. We become the reason they swing wide. So hear this and let it land. What's meant for you is already moving toward you. The only thing you need to stop doing is running after what's already running toward you. Number 4. Stop mourning the battle. That pain was your permission slip for power. Chosen one, you've spent too long grieving over what was actually growing you. That pain wasn't punishment, it was preparation. You thought the fire came to destroy you, but the truth is, it was forging you. While others saw defeat, the universe saw design. The breakdown wasn't your ending. It was your clearance into realms reserved only for the resilient. Stop apologizing for how loud your healing looks. Stop explaining why you had to fall back just to survive. That season of silent battles gave you access. It opened up parts of you that couldn't be activated by ease. You learned how to see in the dark, how to listen beneath the noise, how to move without needing a map. That's not weakness. That's warrior training. And now, everything that once wounded you is about to witness your rise. You're not stuck in survival anymore. You're seated in strategy. The pain they mocked you for, It unlocked authority they can't even name. That's why they're uncomfortable, because your glow carries the history of every fire you walked through and didn't burn out. So stop mourning the battle. It did exactly what it was meant to do. It woke up the part of you they couldn't control. You weren't broken, you were built. And now you move, not with fear, but with funded power. Type, "My pain made me powerful," in the comments if this hit your soul. Because Chosen One, that pain didn't destroy you, it certified you. Number 5. Don't waste time. Explaining, let the same people who mocked you witness the unfolding. Chosen One, you weren't called to convince them, you were called to confound them. The very people who mocked your silence, laughed at your detours, and gossiped behind your transformation are now being silenced by the very shift they said would never come. That's the thing about spiritual elevation. It doesn't need applause to be valid. It only needs time. And time has just proven you right. You don't owe anyone an explanation for how the tables turned. You don't need to send an update to people who only checked in to see if you'd failed. What they called delusion was divine direction. What they thought was your breakdown was your becoming. The same mouths that dragged your name through doubt are now choking on their own disbelief. Why? Because your growth didn't make noise. It made impact. While they performed for the crowd, you prepared for the crown. Now let them watch. Let them witness what happens when alignment meets assignment. Every joke they made, it's echoing in their own mind now, and every eye that rolled is now wide open, trying to comprehend your rise. But they won't be able to, because this isn't luck. This is law, universal law. Energy doesn't lie. And you're walking proof that when the Chosen One is in motion, karma takes the wheel. Let the unfolding speak. Let the results echo what your silence never needed to say. Number 6. Stop hustling in survival mode. Divine strategy is your new operating system. Chosen One, it's time to uninstall the mindset of desperation. You've been running on fumes, hustling like your worth depended on exhaustion, like your blessings only arrived when you bled for them. But that old code is corrupt. It was never meant to sustain you. You weren't built to survive. You were wired to reign. Survival taught you how to dodge, how to stretch, how to endure. But strategy teaches you how to build without burnout, how to move with clarity, how to act with precision. And that's what's now been uploaded into your spirit. A divine operating system, not built on effort, but on instruction. The truth is, they want you tired, because tired people settle. They wanted your vision blurred, your energy low, your faith drained. But the moment you stopped grinding for scraps and aligned with the source, everything shifted. Chosen Ones don't chase crumbs. We inherit kingdoms. The survival version of you was necessary to get through the fire. But the strategic version, that's the one stepping into legacy. So breathe deeper, move slower, speak with direction. You don't need to outrun fear, you need to outgrow it. The pressure is off, the formula has changed. You've graduated from panic to precision, from reaction to revelation, and your life will now run on divine downloads, not default desperation. Number 7. Stop praying for just blessings. You've been entrusted to build something eternal. This isn't about asking for blessings anymore. This is about realizing that you are the blessing, and the blueprint you carry isn't small talk. It's sacred strategy. You've spent enough time trying to prove you're worthy of receiving, but the truth is, heaven didn't just approve your request, it handed you responsibility. Chosen One, you weren't just rescued, you were recruited. This divine funding, it's not here to make your life slightly more comfortable, it's here to activate your assignment. You're not here to collect blessings like souvenirs. You're here to establish something that echoes through generations, something that outlives you, something that shifts atmospheres long after you leave the room. And that's why the pressure's been heavy. That's why your process felt violent at times. Because you're not being gifted ease, you're being handed authority. This isn't a reward, it's a commissioning. And only the chosen get trusted with it. So stop praying like you're just hoping for crumbs. Start walking like you were sent to build the feast. You've outgrown the season of please bless me. You've stepped into the territory of trust me with the vision. You are not simply being elevated, you are being entrusted. Act like it. Say it out loud. I'm not just blessed, I've been entrusted. Number 8. Quit thinking it's all about you. Your overflow is carrying someone else's breakthrough. Chosen one, you weren't chosen just to be blessed. You were chosen to be a blueprint. What's flowing into your life right now isn't just provision, it's preparation. The abundance coming your way isn't just to ease your life, it's to activate someone else's survival. You are the confirmation someone else is waiting for. You are the walking evidence that alignment works. So don't shrink when the overflow starts. Don't apologize for the doors opening or the clarity rushing in. It's not ego, it's assignment. Every blessing you're receiving is coded with purpose, designed to ripple outward. That peace you're stepping into, it will teach others how to rest. That financial breakthrough, it will build platforms, not just comfort. Your rise is about reach. Stop thinking this is just for you. It's flowing through you. That's the difference. People are watching your shift, even if they pretend not to. They're studying your pace, your decisions, your silence. Why? Because you carry a rhythm the world can't replicate. You weren't funded just to shine. You were funded to spark. So the next time you question, why me, remember this. Because someone needs to see what obedience looks like when it's fully resourced. You're not just chosen, you're catalytic, and someone's freedom is tied to your overflow. Number 9. Don't chase opportunities. Alignment commands resources to find you. Stop chasing what's already encoded in your destiny. When you're chosen, you don't knock on doors, they open at your arrival. You don't beg for seats, you build the table. The world has trained people to hustle for validation, to run after recognition, to grind until their spirit breaks. But chosen ones don't follow that rhythm. Your life isn't built on desperation, it's fueled by alignment. Opportunities that are meant for you won't need manipulation. They don't require performance. When your soul is aligned, resources recognize you. The right people feel your frequency before you even speak. Divine timing doesn't respond to noise, it responds to clarity. That's why so many around you are chasing and still coming up empty, because they're chasing what only flows through divine design. There's a reason you've been feeling unseen in certain rooms. You weren't overlooked. You were protected. That place wasn't ready for your power, and now that you've stopped chasing, now that you've stood still in faith, the shift has begun. The energy has changed. The assignment is active. You don't run after provision when you're already funded. You don't pursue favor when favor is built into your footsteps. Let that truth sink deep. You are the opportunity. You are the atmosphere shift. And what's meant for you is tracking your movement in real time. Number 10. Stop leaning on systems that shake. You're anchored in a kingdom that can't collapse. Stop leaning on systems that were never built to hold you. They shake when pressure rises. They crack when truth enters. And they crumble the moment someone like you refuses to stay small. The world taught you to depend on titles, salaries, applause, and surface-level status, but none of that ever anchored your soul. Chosen one, you're not wired to survive in unstable frameworks. You're built to disrupt them. So why are you still checking weather reports in places where the foundation was never secure? These systems were never your safety net. They were cages dressed in comfort. And the moment you stopped shrinking to fit in, they started glitching. That wasn't your downfall. It was their warning signal. Your elevation is their exposure. You've been plugged into something eternal now, not just a belief, not just a hope, but a reality where your provision isn't tied to markets, moods, or middlemen. You are rooted in something unshakable. When the world trembles, you rise. When structures collapse, you remain. Not because you're lucky, but because you're chosen. This is the part they don't understand. Your source isn't visible, but your results are undeniable. While others hustle for temporary approval, you're walking with quiet certainty. You've stepped into a rhythm where stability isn't borrowed, it's built in. So, cut the cord. Release the need for external validation. You're not here to rely on what can be shaken. You are here to be the evidence that what's unseen is more powerful than anything this world can build. And that power, it's carrying you now. Number 11. End the scarcity cycle. God's not delaying, He's rebuilding you for dominion. Let's get one thing straight. This wasn't a delay, it was a deep recalibration. Scarcity wasn't just about money, it was the echo of every moment you settled for crumbs while carrying the capacity to lead empires. The drought wasn't punishment, it was preparation. You weren't being ignored, you were being rebuilt, brick by spiritual brick, for something that required this kind of fire. Chosen one, what if the closed doors weren't rejections but reinforcements? What if the silence wasn't absence but alignment? You weren't being denied. You were being rewired to carry more than just success. You were being prepared to carry dominion. This is where people get it twisted. They think your stillness was weakness, that your lack meant failure. But they never saw what was happening in the dark. The expansion of your endurance, the sharpening of your vision, the quiet rewiring of your spirit. Now, the cycle is done. Scarcity can't follow you into the next chapter. The weight created the warrior, and now the system that once drained you has no access to the version of you that's rising. You were never meant to survive in a scarcity loop. You were built to lead, to build, to shift environments by walking in fully resourced purpose. So don't just break the cycle, bury it. You're not here to ask for a piece. You're here to claim the blueprint. You are the strategy. You are the expansion. You are the evidence. Number 12. Don't wait to see it to believe it. You've already become the living proof. Chosen one, let's get this straight. What's happening to you isn't a theory. It's a confirmation. You don't need a bank statement, a contract, or applause to validate this shift. The proof isn't coming. You are the proof. They said, let's wait and see if they really make it. But you weren't waiting. You were becoming. Quietly, consistently, powerfully. The strange timing, the closed doors, the sleepless nights. They didn't delay your growth. They delivered it. And now you walk with evidence in your eyes and legacy in your posture. You didn't just survive the drought. You became the well. The ones who doubted you can't explain this glow. That's because you're operating on a frequency they never believed was real. You're not dreaming of miracles anymore. You're moving like someone who is one. You've entered rooms you once feared, spoken words that shook atmospheres. Chosen one, stop waiting for signs when your life has become the signal. This season isn't about asking for reassurance. It's about standing in full alignment and knowing that what's backing you cannot be undone. The shifts, the silence, the sudden opportunities, that's not coincidence. That's compensation. So walk like it, speak like it, build like it. And when the world asks how, it won't make sense, because they don't understand what it means to be chosen. But you do. You've been the proof the whole time. So as we close this moment, let this truth settle deep. You're not waiting for permission. You've already been positioned. the signs you were hoping to see are already moving through you. You don't need external validation when your very presence confirms the shift. If this message struck something undeniable in your spirit, like share and subscribe, it helps us reach more chosen ones who need to hear what's already written in their soul. And drop it in the comments. I am the proof. I don't wait, I walk. Let your agreement echo. Let your energy lead. You're already walking in it.